All right, let's just jump right into it. We're going to talk about a feeling that I think almost all of us know. That feeling of having these huge, amazing goals, but you're just stuck. You can't get started. So, this is for all of you ambitious people out there, a guide to finally overcoming that thing we call laziness.
Does this sound familiar to you? You've got the big dreams, you know exactly what you want to do, but when it's go time, poof, the energy is just gone. It's so frustrating, right? But believe me, you are not the only one feeling this, not by a long shot.
You know, the source material just nails it with this quote. You think, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Oh man, doesn't that just perfectly capture that endless loop of procrastination? We make these little promises to our future selves, but we rarely follow through, and we just end up stuck. So, what is actually going on here? Okay, let's get into the why. Why does your brain do this? Now, this is probably the most important thing you're going to hear today. This is not a character flaw, it's a habit. And you know what's great about habits? They can be changed. So here's the deal. It's actually pretty simple. Your brain is a survival machine. For thousands of years, it's been programmed to do two things: avoid anything that feels like pain and run towards anything that feels like comfort. On a huge, intimidating project, well, to your brain, that registers as pain, a threat. But scrolling on your phone, oh yeah, that's pure comfort. So when you procrastinate, you're not lazy. Your brain is just doing its job, running that ancient survival code. And this, right here, is the key. This is the big mental shift we all need to make. We tend to take this behavior and make it about who we are. We say to ourselves, I am lazy. That's the wrong way. Seeing it as your identity. The right way? That's just reframing it as a simple habit. My brain is trying to avoid a big task. See the difference? Once you see it that way, you can start working with your brain instead of fighting against it. So if it's just a habit, how do we break it? This is where we get super practical. We're going to walk through 3 really simple, totally doable steps that will help you outsmart that survival instinct and finally get moving on the things you care about. So here's our game plan. It's a 3-step method. First, we're going to make it small. Second, we're going to create easy routines. And third, we'll use the 2-minute rule. These 3 things work together to just chip away at that wall of resistance until it's gone. Let's dive into step 1. Make it small. This is all about changing your perception. Remember how your brain sees your goal as this huge, unclimbable mountain? Well, our job is to make it look like a tiny little step. This shows you exactly how to do it. The scary goal? Write a 200-page book. Of course your brain is going to freeze up. But the small first step? Just write 1 sentence. That's not scary at all, is it? It's totally doable. Or how about get healthy? That's so vague and massive. The small first step is simply put on your running shoes. That's it. You don't even have to go for a run yet. You're just making the barrier to entry so low that your brain doesn't even have time to object. Okay, step 2 is all about creating easy routines. Here's the thing with big goals. We think we need a ton of willpower or motivation to achieve them. But motivation is fickle, right? It comes and goes. Routines, on the other hand, they put the whole process on autopilot. They take willpower almost completely out of the picture. And here are some awesome, really practical examples of what these routines look like. Think of them like training wheels for your habits. You want to work out in the morning? Don't leave it up to morning you to decide. Just put your workout shoes right next to your bed the night before. It's a simple little cue. Want to read more? Easy. Put a book on your pillow. You literally have to move it to go to sleep. You're not forcing anything. You're just setting up your environment so that doing the good habit is the easiest possible choice. And that brings us to step 3, which is honestly maybe the most powerful trick in the book for just getting started. It's called the 2-minute rule. And it's designed to completely destroy that initial resistance, that, I just don't feel like it feeling. And yeah, it is exactly as simple as it looks. Just 2 minutes. That is your entire commitment. Whatever that huge, scary thing is, just promise yourself you'll do it for 2 minutes. You want to clean the kitchen? Just set a timer for 2 minutes and start. Want to learn an instrument? Just pick it up and practice for 2 minutes. Literally anyone can do anything for 2 minutes. So why does this tiny little trick work so well? This analogy explains it perfectly. It's like pushing a ball down a hill. The first push is hard, but after that, it rolls on its own. The 2-minute rule is that first push. It's all about building momentum. And what you'll find is that most of the time, once you've been going for 2 minutes, it's actually pretty easy to just keep going. The hardest part was always just getting started. Okay, so here's a little bonus tip to really make these new habits stick and, make the whole process feel good. We're going to tap into the power of rewards. But here's the twist. We're not rewarding the end result. We're rewarding the act of starting. The second you finish your 2 minutes of work, give yourself a little win, a small, immediate reward. Put on your favorite song, get up and stretch for a minute. The goal here is to hack your brain's reward system. You're creating a positive feedback loop. You're training your brain to connect the action of starting with a little burst of pleasure. And if you do that enough, your brain will actually start to crave getting started. So we have our tools, our practical steps, but there's a bigger mindset shift that ties all of this together. And it's this: realizing that consistency is your true superpower. It's about falling in love with the process, with the daily journey, not just dreaming about the final destination. And this is so, so important to remember because you're going to have off days. You're going to miss a day. It's going to happen. And the old you might have said, "See, I failed. I guess I'm just lazy." But the new you understands this quote: failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to just get back on track. Be kind to yourself. I absolutely love this last idea. Think of your big dream like a fire. Right now, it might feel like just a tiny flickering spark. But every single small action you take, writing that one sentence, putting on those shoes, practicing for 2 minutes, that's like adding a small piece of kindling to the fire. One piece doesn't look like much, I know, but you keep adding them consistently, day after day. And before you know it, that little spark has grown into a roaring blaze. Every single small action is fuel. So after all that, it really just comes down to one last simple question. It's not about what you're going to do tomorrow or next week. It's about right now. With everything we just talked about, what's the one tiny 2-minute spark that you are going to light today?